Welcome students. This is class 12th biology and the topic which we are dealing with is reproduction in organisms. Sexual reproduction. It is the process which involves formation of male and female gametes either by same individual or by different individuals of opposite sex. So two individuals are involved and gametes are formed which are of two types. The gametes fuse to form a structure called zygote. Phases in life cycle. The first phase in the life of an organism is called juvenile phase. All organisms have to reach a certain stage of growth and maturity in their life before they reproduce sexually. So children, before reproduction, all the organisms grow and they mature. Their organs develop and only after that they reproduce. This phase is also called vegetative phase in plants. So juvenile phase has another name called vegetative phase. The second phase is called reproductive phase. What is a reproductive phase? It is the second phase. The end of juvenile phase marks the beginning of this phase. So reproductive phase starts with the end of juvenile phase. Now how can we recognize that the reproductive phase has started? In higher plants it is easily seen when they flower. So when we see flowers in a plant, we know that they are in the reproductive stage. Here we can see some examples. In annual and biennial plants. What are annual plants? Annual plants are those which have lifespan of 1 year. They complete their life in 1 year. For example, tea, wheat, and biennial plants, they complete their life in 2 years. For example, carrot, radish, beetroot. It is easy to identify the vegetative, reproductive, and senescent phases. So it is easy to distinguish between the phases because they flower only once in their lifetime. But in perennial species, what is a perennial species? They have a lifespan of more than 2 years. It is difficult to define these phases. So in those plants which have a lifespan of more than 2 years, it is difficult to define these phases. Why? The reason is that they flower many times in lifespan. Now children, we see that mango, which is a perennial plant, lifespan is more than 2 years, it flowers many times every year in a particular season. So it is difficult to determine when it is in the vegetative phase and when it is in the reproductive phase and when senescent phase. In some plants, the flowers come after a very long time. Bamboo species flower only once in their lifetime. So bamboo, जिसे हम बांस भी कहते हैं, it flowers only once in lifetime. Its life is about 50 to 100 years. And when it flowers, it produces a large number of fruits and then it dies. Strobilanthes kuntiana or Neela Kuranji. It flowers once in only 12 years. So this flower flowers in 12 years. The last time it flowered was 2 years back. It turns hilly areas of Kerala, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu into blue stretches, attracting tourists. Now what happened? These flowers suddenly flower after 12 years and the areas in which they are found, they turn blue. and it looks very beautiful. So tourists are attracted. Here we can see bamboo species flowering and Neela Kuranji, very beautiful hilly areas. The reproductive phase in animals. In animals, the juvenile phase or the young phase is followed by morphological and physiological changes. So after juvenile phase in animals, there is a change in morphology. What is morphology? It is the external structure or external appearance. And physiological changes. Physiological means internal reactions, metabolism. Before they show active reproductive behavior. The reproductive phase are of variable duration in animals. Now, according to this, animals are of two types. Seasonal breeders. They reproduce only in a particular season. So they are active only in a particular season. There are changes in the reproductive organ during this season, and it is called estrous cycle. So the cyclical changes in reproductive organs during reproductive phase is called estrous cycle. Example, non-primates like cow, sheep, rabbit, etc. The reproductive phase in continuous breeders. Continuous breeders, as the name suggests, they breed throughout the year. Cyclical changes take place in reproductive organs, which are ovaries and accessory ducts. Now, accessory ducts like fallopian tube, uterus, as well as hormones during reproductive phase. So, hormones level also changes. These changes are called menstrual cycle, and it is found in a class of mammals which is called primates. Monkeys, apes and humans, they show this phase. Now here we can summarize. Annual breeding cycles are of two types: continuous breeders and seasonal breeders. Continuous breeders, they breed throughout the year. Example, human, guinea pig, rat. Seasonal breeders, they breed during specific seasons. Example, dog, sheep and cat. And two types of cycles have been shown. Estrous cycle, females sexually receptive during heat period, a particular season. Example, cow, rat and pig. And menstrual cycle, periodical discharge of menstruation. Example, monkeys, apes and man. So reproductive cycles are of two types. This is important, children, because the difference, it comes in board exams. The third phase is the senescent phase. Now what was the first phase? Juvenile phase or vegetative phase. Second phase was reproductive phase, and the third phase is senescent phase. It is old age and marks the end of reproductive phase. So the old age after which reproductive phase ends. Changes in body take place like slowing of metabolism. So the bodily reactions, they decrease. It finally leads to death. And after this phase, the organism dies. So it completes the lifespan. Now in both plants and animals, hormones are responsible for transition between the three phases. So how the organism undergoes transition due to the level of hormones. Events in sexual reproduction. So in sexual reproduction, there are three main steps or events which take place one after another. First is pre-fertilization event. So pre means before. It is before fusion of gametes. It includes two processes. gametogenesis and gamete transfer. What is gametogenesis? It is the formation of gametes, and gamete transfer, it is the transfer of gametes from male to female. Fertilization events, it includes fusion of gametes and formation of zygote. So fusion of gametes take place and zygote is formed. Zygote is a diploid cell. Post-fertilization events, it involves embryogenesis or development of embryo from zygote. So zygote changes into embryo. Now we can see the process of gametogenesis. It is the process of formation of two types of gametes, male and female. So two types of gametes are produced. The gametes are haploid cells. They have half number of chromosomes. There are two types of gametes according to their structures. First is homogametes or isogametes. When the male and female gametes are similar in appearance. So sometimes what happens that male and female gamete, they are same in morphology, in external structure. So we cannot distinguish between them. They are called homogametes. Example, Cladophora, which is an algae. Heterogametes, when the male and female gametes are morphologically distinct. So when they are different. For example, you might have seen figures relating to human gametes. The sperm is small while the ovum is large. Now the male gamete is called anthrozoid or sperm, while the female gamete is called egg or ovum. Example, fucus, which is an algae, and human beings. Now in this figure we can see the types of gametes. The A figure, it is the diagram of Cladophora, which is an algae. We can see that both the gametes are identical. The B diagram is of fucus, the large cell with red nucleus, we can see it is ovum, and the small red dot outside, it is the male gamete. The C figure is of human gametes. So we can see the large egg and the long structures with a tail, they are the male gametes. So these are the types of gametes. They are of two types, isogametes and heterogametes. Okay children. So in the next class we will discuss the next topics. Thank you.